Leominster School Committee. It's Tuesday, January 3rd. We're at City Hall, room 10. We've already done the Pledge of Allegiance, so we're going to move right now to call to open forum. Is anyone here like to address the school committee? If so, I'll just come forward. We have no microphone. But come forward. Anyone? If not, we'll close this portion of the meeting. Move on to organizational matters and nominations for chair, vice chair, secretary, auditors, negotiations committee, policy committee, subcommittee, athletic advisory, finance committee, grievance subcommittee, CTE. So nominations are open.
I'll make a motion to appoint the mayor as chair.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion a second. Any other nominations? If not, we'll close nominations. All in favor? Those opposed? Okay, we'll now move on to vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Eileen Griffin as vice chair. Second.
Any other nominations? If not, that portion of the nominations will be closed. We have a Eileen for vice chair. All in favor? Those opposed? Okay, we'll go on to secretary.
I'd like to nominate Nona for secretary.
And I'll second.
Any other nominations? If not, we'll close them. All in favor? Those opposed? Auditors?
I think you should do finance committee first, and then we can, usually we have finance before, whoever's on finance can be an auditor.
Mhm. Is there anybody that wants to move from the committees they're on? Anybody want to get off the committee they're on? Okay, so finance committee will pretty much be the same.
And we'll keep it 4 instead of 3, is that fine?
Is it working?
Yes,
All right, so if somebody's not here, you got somebody to
we
come.
have more coverage. Finance agree?
Yep.
Okay. So does somebody want to nominate? We have to nominate the
So I
auditors.
will nominate, it's Kristen, Sue, Heather, and Nona as auditors
And finance.
and finance committee.
Okay. Any other nominations? If not, we'll close nominations. All in favor? We'll do it in block form. Those opposed? Now go on to negotiation subcommittee. Pretty much going to be the same.
And who's on?
Who's on it?
I'm on it.
Negotiation.
Nona and Heather.
And Heather.
Okay.
Cody and Heather.
So there's really no negotiations, but it's just a subcommittee, so we don't need to. Policy subcommittee, anybody on or off? Athletic?
So it's Ron, Wendy, Cody, and I.
Yep.
Everybody fine with that?
And athletic advisory?
That was me. I'd like to continue.
We do kind of vote on that. Have we in the past? Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I mean, it's,
Does that make sense, Eileen, for you to stay on athletic advisory?
I think so. It doesn't have anything to do with, I don't think, the chair, vice chair position.
Well, no, I think because your husband is because your husband is employed through the committee, don't you think maybe we should have an independent person?
He's not employed by the committee, but
No, he's employed by the district as athletic, so I almost think it's a conflict that maybe he should be, maybe
I
you
can go
should,
as-
yeah, that would be my, I
I
don't know,
mean,
what
if
do you
someone
think?
else would like to, I can still attend the meetings officially.
anybody else want to do it?
I'll do it.
I mean, it has nothing, but yeah, I mean, it never had anything to do with, one never had anything to do with the other.
Right, except the advisory is more,
Okay, so you'll do it, Kristen?
coaches and stuff like that, so.
And then
I'm obviously not a coach, but that's,
finance committee, grievance subcommittee, I'm on that, I think, sometimes if I'm needed, you're on it. Who else is on grievance? Okay, and then CT representative,
Ron, you
Ron?
want to continue?
You gonna continue?
Yep.
All right, we made it all the way down. Under new old business, the only thing I wanted to say is at the last meeting that I was at, you had the last one was a workshop. Prior to that was the meeting we had at Francis Drake. And there's some questions about the portables. So in a nutshell, the structures of the portables are fine. So the building inspector looked at them, all the inspectors looked at them. So the shell of the building are fine. They need some work. So their thing is, it's probably worth spending some money on them. And so there are things like, they ran the sheathing down to the ground on the siding, the Texture 111, the siding. They ran it to the ground, and then that rots out, and attracts moisture, moisture just,
You're talking about at which school?
Francis
Francis
Drake.
Drake. And they said that they were sound down there?
That's structure.
structurally sound, just
I'm like shocked at, so
like-
that's why I just
well-
wanted to.
I'm
And
kind of shocked, I'm
so-
kind of shocked at that too.
what they said is, it's like anything else, things need maintenance. So they need paint, the siding goes down to the ground, and that rots it out and sucks everything up, all the moisture. And so there were a bunch of those things. So their thing is, based on what new units cost, and they don't know, they didn't check into that, we can look at similar sized units, see what those cost. But at the end of the day, they thought they need some tender loving care is what they need. And we should check into the cost of new ones, but just, you gotta spend a little bit of money on these things after you buy them.
Did they walk through them?
Yeah, fire department,
And then we were
everybody's
told-
been through it, yeah.
Because if I walking through it, I could feel the floor moving.
It seems pretty unstable.
Right, but that's not structural, you know what I'm saying? In other words, it's not the floor that's gonna cave in, it's probably the plywood underneath it, that again, the moisture is just trapped under there, ventilation,
It
that
does
kind
look
of
like the
thing.
bottom of them are all
It
rotted
is,
from the
they are,
outside, so
because
that's
they
how
ran the
it
siding
was.
down to the
Right.
ground, which is kind of bizarre. I'm sure when they did it, they thought it was stopping animals and critters from
Right,
getting
yeah.
underneath it, but it just
They
rots
leak in
it.
the rain and yeah.
So we need
Right.
to fix the roof.
So what they were saying is,
And
you
there's
could
plumbing
get those
issues.
bathrooms to run again, they suggested CTE get in there, but again, I think at this point, you wanna know comparable size units, what do they cost?
Yeah, we're working on
And is
this
it
one.
worth
Yeah.
spending any money on it? If new ones are, 200,000, you're gonna put 180 into them, and it's not worth it. But
How would we coordinate getting a quote to see what it is to rehab them? Like, who does that? Tony?
Tony will work with us.
suspended ceilings, the roofing, and a lot of the work probably can be done by the CTE. Re-sided, the bathrooms could be gotten up and running again, insulation, those kinds of
And
things.
Jim, does CTE have a project? I mean, we don't build a house anymore as far as I know. Do they have a project?
Yeah, we've been doing most of the projects internally with various departments, so we'll probably be able to fit that in if it's something that's feasible. But we're right in the midst of working with 2 vendors now to get prices on new, so I'll have Tony identify what the costs will be for renovations.
Yeah, so,
Okay,
I mean, it's
so
just
we'll compare them.
Yeah.
right, it's an economic decision, right? You wanna put more money into them, and how much money would you have to put into them? But they thought, with some money, you could, and the CTE doing some of the work, you could get the bathrooms up and running, and make, some good use. Like anything else, you just can't buy something and then not do anything to it. You gotta maintain it, spend a little money to keep them up, so.
And when do we hear back from the state about their walkthrough?
Oh, yeah, how was that?
Well, we did all the work, all the documents were put together, but I have no idea of timing. They didn't, Glenn, did they give you any timing as to the visitation by MSBA?
Today, they sent us an email, and we have to go through the records, and just make sure that their reports are valid. We just got those this afternoon.
Okay.
Because the other thing, if Priest is still like an up and running thing, I don't know if getting another portable over there, it looks like they've got the room. If we need a little bit more breathing room, if that would be an option when we're looking at the cost of the portables.
Yep.
So that's just an update, and
Sure, we'll follow
they'll work
through.
with Tony to, but they did get on, and I said, just let us know whether it's worth, these things are dangerous, we didn't want somebody falling through the floor, I hadn't been through them in a while, and I'm like, I just don't want anybody to get hurt, it's a liability for the city, it isn't worth it, but they came back pretty quick in what they recommended.
So can we add that to the finance agenda for whatever the next meeting is? Take that out?
Yeah, I mean, if it's worth saving them, and you can use them, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't want to. I mean, if it's a space issue over there, and and you can spend materials and get most of the labor done by our own people, electrical and everything. And each of the departments and the inspectors were like, we'll help them, whatever they need, we'll help them along through the process, if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So, we got options, right? So, it's not a total, we gotta get in there and rip them down.
Yep.
Okay, anything else on the new world business?
When's our next meeting? The 17th?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Next week.
She,
Next
Monday.
Monday.
Suzanne's been working with Nancy on the protocols, so I would ask that you continue to do that.
Okay.
What's the next step in the process? I know you were in communication with her before.
Right, we have to evaluate the protocols, the email I sent out to everybody with the package, right. So we have to set up an evaluation of the protocols. And then probably schedule a meeting, who wants to do, we wanna change protocols, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
For our meetings next Monday?
Yeah,
Next Monday?
Next Monday,
Yeah.
so I just wanted for the agenda for the next meeting, we had left our last school committee meeting, the regular meeting, with, you were getting some legal opinion on, some raises
Yeah,
that you haven't gotten back to us on that.
right,
And then, you had gone to Boston for a day with Greg Angelini regarding the teachers'
yeah, that was the,
negotiation.
yeah,
and-
Department of Labor Relations.
Right, so can we get updates on all that?
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
we didn't get any outcome, we
No.
just got, you said it was successful, but we don't know what the,
Sure,
outcome is.
yeah, that's
So if we
fine.
could put those on the next agenda, thank you.
And I guess, where are we at with the agenda going forward for the rest of the school year?
I'm working on that now, so I'll get that past you. You can take a look at it, and then we can distribute it to the rest of the committee.
Have you
Mayor,
already seen it?
Mayor looks at that?
No.
No, I'm working on it now.
No, it was
so-
not finished, it was, half year was done,
Yep,
and then it was never completed. So I actually do have one that we had used in the past, so I don't mind working with you on that.
Okay.
Eileen.
Perfect, thank you, Sue.
Yeah.
I'd like at some point, it doesn't have to be at the next meeting, but I've asked for it a couple of times, is a report on summer school, not just the middle school summer school, but the high school summer school. We haven't had a report in 2 years on how the summer school has gone, either this past summer or the summer before last, on how many kids attended and the things we need to know.
okay.
I think the fiscal piece too, we usually got.
Mhm.
So just kind of like a newer member question, in terms of the head of each subcommittee, do we decide that within the subcommittees?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
That's how I mean, some people establish the whole thing and just bring a report and say, here's who's on it, here's the chair. But I just kind of like to leave it up to whoever wants to,
Yeah, that
amongst
makes
themselves.
sense.
Anything else? If not, thank you, and thank you, Suzanne, for your work. It's
You're
a
welcome.
valuable
Thank you.
asset.
Yes,
And
thank
your
you.
work.
Motion to adjourn?
Second, all in favor? Okay. You look sharp there, Ron. Gotta tell you.